There's this small town hidden deep in the hills of California, where time has completely stopped. The streets are empty. The buildings stand exactly like they did more than 100 years ago. Look inside and you'll still see dusty bottles sitting on bar counters, chairs waiting for customers who will never return, clothes hanging silently in closets. It almost feels like the people of this town simply vanished overnight. But this isn't a movie set, it's real. And behind this frozen town is one of the wildest stories of the American West. Welcome to Bodie, the most perfectly preserved ghost town in America. Here you will know hidden history of Bodie in detail. Let's go ahead. Bodie's story starts just like so many others from the Old West, with gold. Back in 1859, a group of prospectors found gold in the Sierra Nevada mountains. One of them was a man named W.S. Bodie. Sadly, Bodie didn't live long enough to see what would happen. He died in a snowstorm not long after. But the small mining camp that popped up here would later take his name, Bodie. At first, it was just a tiny camp. Rough cabins, tents, not much more. Life was tough, winters were brutal, and many folks didn't stick around. But in 1876, everything changed. A rich gold vein was struck in the Standard Mine. Word spread fast. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the action. Gold fever hit hard and people rushed in from all over. By 1879, Bodie was booming. Over 10,000 people packed into this once sleepy spot. The town had more than 2,000 buildings, homes, hotels, stores, saloons, schools and churches. Main Street alone had nearly 65 saloons. The sound of piano music, loud laughter and the occasional gunshot filled the air. Like a lot of gold rush towns, Bodie was a place of extremes, great wealth and great danger. Fortunes were made and lost overnight. Robberies and shootouts were pretty common. The town earned a rough reputation, so rough that people used to say, "Goodbye, God, I'm going to Bodie." But there was more to Bodie than just gold and gunfights. It had a real community. Families lived here. The school had hundreds of kids. There was even a Chinatown with about 300 residents. Miners worked long, dangerous hours underground. Merchants sold supplies. Women ran boarding houses, cooked meals, taught classes. Kids played in the dusty streets while their parents chased dreams of gold. At its peak, Bodie's mines produced about $30 million worth of gold and silver. A fortune for that time. But just like so many boomtowns, Bodie's glory days didn't last. By the early 1880s, the richest gold veins had been mined out. News strikes in other parts of California and Nevada pulled people away. The town's population started to shrink. In 1892, a big fire tore through the business district. They rebuilt some of it, but the town never fully bounced back. Another devastating fire hit in 1932, destroying much of what was left. By the 1940s, Bodie was nearly abandoned. Only a handful of caretakers remained. And here's where Bodie's story gets even more interesting. Unlike many other old mining towns that were torn apart or modernized, Bodie was left pretty much untouched. In 1962, it became a California State Historic Park. The state decided to preserve Bodie in a state of what they call arrested decay. That means they take care of the buildings so they don't fall apart, but they don't rebuild or modernize anything. Everything stays just as it was. Walking through Bodie today really feels like stepping back in time. Look through a dusty window and you might see dishes still sitting on a table, cans of food on store shelves, tools left exactly where miners dropped them. Homes still have furniture, family photos, even children's toys. School books sit open on desks. Rusted wagons sit quietly in the streets. And then there's the silence. The wind whispers through empty streets that were once full of life. When the sun sets, long shadows make the town feel even more frozen in time. But Bodie's eerie beauty isn't the only thing that draws visitors. The town is also famous for its ghost stories. Over the years, park staff and visitors alike have reported seeing ghostly figures in windows, hearing footsteps in empty buildings, or just getting that strange feeling that they're not alone. Some say they've seen the ghost of a little girl near the old schoolhouse, her laughter echoing through the halls. In the old Mendocini house, people have reported cold spots and even the scent of perfume lingering in the air. And then there's the story of the Bodie Curse. The legend goes that anyone who takes even the smallest item from Bodie, a rock, a nail, a piece of wood, will be cursed with bad luck. Each year, the park gets dozens of letters and returned items from folks hoping to lift the curse. Some letters tell pretty wild stories about bad luck that started after they took a souvenir. True or not, the stories definitely add to Bodie's mystique. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing's for sure: Bodie has an atmosphere like no other. It's a haunting reminder of the rise and fall of the American frontier, a town that once buzzed with life, now perfectly preserved in silence. And today, Bodie stands as the most perfectly preserved ghost town in America. Every year, over 200,000 visitors wander its empty streets, peek through its windows, and imagine what life was like back during the wild days of the gold rush. Bodie's story is a reminder of just how quickly fortunes can change, and how fragile even the biggest dreams can be. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to DocuDepth, where we explore the world's most mysterious places in minutes.